Please welcome to the stage Jamie Del Porto, Head of Account Management at Adyen.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. How's it going? Good. Thanks for coming this morning. I welcome you to move up if you'd like to move up with this small crowd. So how was the parties last night? Good. Everyone has their coffee? All right, great. Ready for day 3? All right, great. Hey, my name's Jamie Del Porto. I am Head of Account Management at Adyen, where I look after strategic growth and partnerships for our platform customers. I'll explain platform in a moment. Prior to Adyen, my experience is 28 years at Visa, where I was able to do a lot of payment innovation initiatives, so a very exciting time. I am a payment nerd and geek by trade, so very happy to be here to talk to you about that today. And I'm no stranger to SaaS and startups. I spent 5 years at a cybersecurity startup. And when you really think about it, we're all in SaaS, aren't we? Yes, great. Awesome. I'm going to make sure I'm not standing in front of my slides so you can see everything great. So today I'm going to talk to you about embedded payments and financial services. What does that mean for you? What does it mean for your users and customers? Why does it matter? How can you take advantage of it? And considerations for getting into this space within your SaaS business. OK, so embedded payments, what is that? It is embedding payments, so integrating payment solutions into your SaaS software. And how many of you are doing this today? Anyone? Anyone? Oh, that's awesome. Great. So you have a first step there. So actually integrating into your software solution. Embedded finance is the next step of that. It's offering services to your customers also within your solution. So what are those things? Things like capital. So offering a loan or a cash advance, offering a bank account, or offering cards to actually do transactions with. So that's what we mean by that. What's the key word here? It's embedded. So we're not talking about that you have a provider and transactions all go somewhere else. This is actually integrated within your actual SaaS solution. So it is truly a one-stop shop for your customers when it comes to payments and financial solutions. Make sense? Great. Why is this important now? There's great stuff going on here. It's a very exciting time. I walked around the last 2 days. There's such great SaaS solutions out there today. But what's happening is things are evolving. You're all looking for profitability. You're all looking for new revenue streams. And your customers are looking for utility and service. So it's evolving to where companies like yourselves, SaaS service providers, are actually embedding payments and financial services into their solution. Why are they doing that? Said it already. Additional revenue, incremental revenue opportunity for you. Utility and service for your customers. Making it really sticky, giving them one-stop shop. And what we're seeing is the addition of payments is we're seeing these financial services solutions that I mentioned. So like the loans, the bank accounts, and so on and so forth. And some of our larger platforms have even said that they're making more money on payments and services than they are with the SaaS itself. Let me explain that word platforms. I said it a few times now. So what do I mean? I mean you. Companies that offer services and solutions to businesses. Make sense? Great. Why does it matter? What does it mean for your users? We did a study with BCG, and this is what we're finding. These businesses are struggling with their finances. So over half of them have a problem with cash flow, which is obviously really important. Almost a third of them, over a third of them, are getting rejected when they apply for credit by their traditional providers. Okay. And this is a crazy number, but almost 90% of them actually have to rely on their personal information in order to get credit than how their business is doing, which is crazy. So they're ready for this. And what we find is that they want it from you. They trust you. They use your services. You make their lives easier and better. You offer them simple solutions. And it's just a natural evolution that they want to see this from you. That's a pretty big number there. And when you do offer it to them, you're driving their satisfaction with you as their provider. That's a huge number from this survey. Like 97% of these businesses say you increase their satisfaction with you as a provider when you can offer this utility to them. Pretty amazing. But there's more. What does it mean for you? There's even more benefit for you. 70% potential uplift. And we'll talk about this in a moment. By offering financial services, payments, etc. Does that sound good? Yeah? Oh, lots of thumbs up on that. That's awesome. Great. So what are the considerations? That's what we're going to talk about. What's working, not working? When I think about that, I know that's in the title of my presentation, but when I think about that, I'm thinking about what the considerations are for getting into this space. The first is that you're thinking about it. So if you're here, you're thinking about it. You've already made step one into thinking about this important initiative. But let's get into more detail. What does it really mean? What are the considerations for customers? I know everyone here, I would like to see a show of hands. Who's focused on the customer experience? Should be everyone, right? So what does that mean when we get into this, and what are the considerations? Your customers, businesses, want and need fast funds, right? That's what they need. They want control over their finances, and they want visibility into where their money is, where it's going in, and where it's going out, right? Does that make sense? Customers, I saw that statistic, I showed it to you. They can't always qualify for financial services. They are excluded from that, and you can be the person that can offer that to them. Also, businesses run into things. They sometimes run into emergencies where they might need something. Maybe they have an inventory shortage and they need something that they need to order quickly. You can be that solution for them by offering financial services to them. So one-stop shop here is really important. Again, you're offering the utility, you're building the cool SaaS solutions. By offering payments and financial services, you're really giving them one place to go for everything to run their business, which can be very impactful. What's not working here, or what the considerations are? Customers are starting to expect this from you and from everyone in the space. And if you don't start to think about it now, you could lose out. You could not retain your customers. They can go elsewhere because they're not offering the utility. You're not offering the utility that they need. Make sense? Of course, we're all focused on this middle section, which is increasing revenue, right, and profitability. But you can really drive some incremental revenue streams here beyond your SaaS revenue. Not only in payments, but really in financial services. And this is all really just starting to kick off, this component. Let me explain how you can make money in this space. First, I mentioned a capital loan. So you can make revenue by offering loans, and you will get a share of revenue of that from the fees that is charged between you and their provider. Make sense? Great. Who knows how we make money on bank accounts? Anyone? Interest, exactly. So offer a bank account, you can make that interest directly. Third, by offering cards where someone can then access those funds, you can make some of that revenue on each transaction off that interchange fee. But let's put that all together. All those things together, 1 + 1 actually can equal 3. Let me go into why that matters. So let's say you offer a loan to your customer, right? So you're going to make the fee off of that loan. You gave them a bank account. They put that money into the bank account. So now you're making interest, right? And now you offer them a card to access those funds, and now you're making the fee off of that every time they use that card to make a transaction. So that first dollar that you invested in, that you gave to them, now becomes $3. Does that make sense? Can really, really compound. And that all together is a very comprehensive solution, which is very sticky for you, for your customer, and offers them the utility that they're really looking for. What's the consideration here? Leaving money on the table, additional revenue that you might be missing out on, and potential impact on retention because customers are starting to want this and need it. Make sense? Right. Lastly, competitive advantage. This is new. It was great to see some hands in the room. We saw some folks that are offering payments. Fantastic. Is anyone that's offering payments also offering financial services like I mentioned? Oh, great. A couple people. Excellent. It's new. It's coming. So it can really be an advantage for you if you offer these things, right, against the competitors that are in your space and the utility that the customers need. So it's really something that is great. You can be on the forefront of it right now if you're thinking about these things. OK, how do you do it? It sounds great. How do you do it? I think the #1 consideration is your partner. Choosing the right partner in this space is extremely, extremely important. So what does that mean? First, you're going to want to work with someone who's really experienced in payments, understands the industry, has a lot of experience, knows what they're doing, and is very established. Second, you're going to want technology. You're all technology folks. You're going to want the technology. You're going to want to know that what they're putting in place works, that they're innovative, they're thinking about payments, they can offer these things like the financial service products that I mentioned. Very, very important. Second, even on the tech stack, how do they work with you? What's that plug and play? Trust me, you do not want to build this yourself. You want to work with someone who's built this, and it's really easy for you to integrate with. But everyone's different, right? Do you work on APIs? Is it components? How do you integrate into technology? Choose a partner that has the right thing for you, that is enabling you to focus on what you do best, and you don't have to really have the big tech stack. Make sense? Great. Third, understanding the support model, really important. They need to be able to support you so that you can support your customers. So that's everything from reporting they provide to how they handle reconciliation to how they handle your questions, which are coming from your customers, et cetera. So very, very important that they have the right model, so that gives you the peace of mind that you can focus on what you need to focus on, and that they're supporting you in the best way possible. I'd say the one probably most important aspect of this is regulatory and compliance. So, right, this is a highly regulated space, payments, right? Payments, financial services, banking, et cetera. So you really want someone who knows how to do that, is on top of it, that you trust, because you don't want to deal with that, trust me. You do not want to deal with it. It's something that you want to make sure the person that you're working with really knows what they're doing in this space, has your back, and knows how to deal with all the compliance and regulatory things that come our way, right? And this is evolution, like every, senator that comes in, president, whatever, there's always some regulation that's going to happen, right, in the banking industry. So you want someone that takes care of that so you don't have to do so. Take that burden off. And lastly, you really want a partner. Someone that understands your customers, someone that knows those industries that you support, someone that is going to help you do what you need to do where you need to do it. So whether that's what countries you sit in and offer payments and financial services to, what kind of payment methods your customers and their customers want to pay with, all of those things are super important. And you really want someone who's going to work with you on that, take all that burden off of you so you can focus on your innovation within your SaaS and create a really holistic experience for your customers. So choosing the right partner, very, very important. Let's see this in real action. I wanted to bring a couple examples of customers that have told us their experiences so that you can learn from those. So let's start with a company called Tatura. Has anyone heard of them? I don't expect that you have. So they are a software provider in the arts and cultural space, but I'm sure you will have heard of one of their customers, which is the Met Opera in New York City. Yes? Great. So they're supporting and providing SaaS for like ticketing, membership for museums, arts and cultural centers, things like the Met, et cetera, right? So really great customer. In fact, they care about customers so much that they call their customers members, right? Super, super important. So they actually have done payments, they embedded payments, but they had many providers, and it was really, really difficult. It was very fragmented, there was a lot of friction, and that experience was really boiling down to their members, right? Again, members, very important. So because of that, they also lacked the innovation. They couldn't really do anything. They had to go to 5 different people, or whatever the number of providers they had. And the seamless experience was not there for their customers. So from a support perspective, from like just getting, they actually have physical locations, so getting point-of-sale terminals out to a location quickly, all these things were not seamless, which means they were not providing a great experience for their customers, right? And then on top of that, they wanted a robust solution with global payment solutions. So someone who can really meet their needs around payment methods, where they were providing payments, et cetera. And lastly, they want someone that's really going to take care of that regulatory and compliance with the security that they trust, so they don't have to do that, all out of the box. So that's what they did. They chose a partner that offered them an out-of-the-box solution, which is really, really important. They did not want to build that infrastructure that I mentioned. Like I said, you don't either. So they picked someone that was really out of the box that could really give them that seamless perspective, and they consolidated their processing to that partner so that they didn't have to worry about all this fragmentation. As a result, they were able to streamline their payments from the reporting that they're looking at, with the support they're providing to their customers, reconciliation that comes with payments, all those things got streamlined because they chose the right person to do so. And this has allowed them to really focus on their innovation, right, with their members, which is a great story. Converse to that, EPOS Now, has anyone heard of them? Again, don't expect you to, right? And also because their customers, right, don't even know who their providers are. It's all embedded in their solution, right? But they're a provider in the POS space, and they do retail and food and beverage. And we're seeing a lot of embedded payments within that food and beverage space. It makes a lot of sense. So think restaurants, fast food places, things like this. So that's their customer base. They were looking to expand to multiple regions. So US, UK, Europe, Australia. Who here is also looking at those kind of markets? Probably all of you, right? Those are the big ones. So they were looking for, again, a provider that could really provide this service and actually more, give them even more utility later. So that was really important. But what was even more important was that customer experience I mentioned, right? These are restaurants, fast food places, et cetera, right? Speed is key. The money in and out is key. So faster settlements, the fastest settlement possible, right? They do a transaction at a fast food place, they want the money quickly. So they needed someone that really could do that, really could offer the control and visibility on the finances that I mentioned, and they needed a simple solution, right? But all within a good customer experience. Who's all been to a fast food place? Do you want to stand there while you're waiting for your payment to go through? No, right? It needs to be fast or you're probably not going to go there, right? It's fast food, for example. So they chose a partner that could really give them the utility in every market that they wanted to and more, which means they could expand even further when they were ready. And they actually, you can see this particular type of customer really was hungry for these financial services that I mentioned, right? The loans, the cash advances, the bank accounts, the cards, right? All of these things. So they actually picked a partner that could do that. And what was most important about that is that their partner actually had their own banking license. So first of all, they didn't need to get a banking license to do so. And they didn't want to rely on a partner that had someone behind them, right? So cut out the middleman, go directly with someone who had the banking licenses so that that direct offering was direct from them, their partner, to them, to their customer, which enabled them to really move quickly, offer these kinds of loans to their customers, right? Many of which are underserved and weren't going to get these kinds of things from a traditional bank, right? Or were denied credit, right? Makes sense. So really exciting. They've been able to do that, which also has made them really, a great partner for their customers, and they're going to really retain those folks going forward because there's a lot of trust. In case you're interested in more details of either of these, here's a QR code. I only popped this up for a minute, but you can come see me afterward. I can get you the QR codes to these stories. There's a lot more detail here in case you're interested, and there's other stories that are out there as well, similar to these. Again, these are all people that started with SaaS, just like you all, and have added these services and payment methods to be successful with their customers. So I think everyone got that. Cool. So what are the key takeaways? Space is evolving. You made the first step. You're here thinking about it. Really important, right? You can be at the forefront of this right now, both in payments and financial services. You can differentiate yourself from your competitors so you can offer more utility and service to your customers. You can see from that survey, they're ready. They're ready for this. And at some point, we believe it's going to be the norm, and they're going to demand it. So the sooner you can kind of think about it, work through it, and pick the right partner is key. And again, that partner is so important. Look for someone who's got the experience, understands the space. Again, regulatory compliance, so important. Takes that right off your plate, no burden. Has the latest technology, is innovative, and offers the things to your customers where you need them, right? And those conversations are very important with whoever you choose. So I encourage all of you to look into this. Obviously, you've made the first step. So continue to check it out. I think it's the perfect time. I thank you for your time, and I'll be available for questions afterward. Thank you so much.